from when the trade happened to where they're sitting today, did you think they would be able to compete for a championship, or did you think this was more about, guys, they're getting a 25-year-old that they can build on for the future?
No, I fell into the same camp that you did, Alan, where I thought, all right, you're getting a 25-year-old and you're really taking a step back defensively, right? I mean, that's what makes sense on paper. You traded a great defensive player in Anthony Davis. You traded a very good defensive player in Max Christie. You get back a guy who's not known for his defense in Luca. So, I mean, it would make sense that they take a step back on the defensive side of the ball. Plus, the Mark Williams trade, that obviously fell apart. And so now you're going to go into the remainder of the season with just Jackson Hayes, a career backup big man, fringe guy, as your starting center. All of that says, well, this probably isn't going to be your year, but you add a couple of pieces next summer and off you go. You fill a few of the holes, very clear what your weaknesses are going to be. You're going to be able to address those things. Probably just couldn't, check all the boxes here at the trade deadline. Instead, everything that we saw as something that was going to hold the Lakers back has actually been a strength. Jackson Hayes has been fantastic. He's done, I think, everything you could possibly hope for and more. And then you've got there what they've been doing defensively as a team. They've actually been the best defensive rating in the NBA over the last 20 plus games here. So because of that, they've taken two things that were expected to hold them back and turned them into strengths. And that's made them overall a much, much better team. And I think this is real. I think, yes, I would like to see more, of course, but we're not talking about a 5-game sample size here. They are 19-4 in their last 23 games. We're talking about 30% of the season here. That is not small sample size territory. So I believe they are what they are. I believe they are a good team. I believe they are a team that nobody's going to want to run into come playoff time. And it's because the things we predicted to be weaknesses have actually been strengths.
What do you think a matchup with them and the Thunder would look like?
I think the Thunder would be the favorite, and rightfully so. They've been the best team in the West. They've been fantastic. But I do think the Lakers present some real problems. The Thunder present problems, too. I mean, when they put Isaiah Hartenstein and Chet Holmgren on the floor, that's going to be difficult to deal with that kind of size out there on the court. But you have to defend LeBron and Luca. That's the other, what has made the Thunder special this year has been their defense and how good it is and how they're able to just completely annihilate teams on the perimeter with how quick their guys have been. Even when Chet was out, they were so good with their perimeter defense that they continue to just keep on rolling. But trying to stop LeBron is one thing. Trying to stop Luca is one thing. Trying to stop both of them, good luck. And so if the Thunder, the thing they're best at is getting those stops. If they're struggling with that because it's LeBron, because it's Luca, I think it's going to be a really fascinating matchup. Again, I would have the Thunder as the favorite going in. They've had an incredible season. They are a great team, and it would be a real challenge for the Lakers. But I'm not counting out LA. There's nobody that I look at right now in the NBA that I say, the Lakers just have no shot there. Mm-hmm. No, I think come playoff time, when Luca, when LeBron, when JJ, they can lock into one matchup, I think they could be something real special here.
Yeah, I think that chess matchup against OKC would be phenomenal. And what I'm talking about there is, okay, the strengths of the Oklahoma City Thunder, like you said. They play defense. They got who's about to be the MVP in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. What happens when you play a game and then you got to go regroup and you get LeBron and Luca to be the ones that are, okay, we'll make our adjustments here. That's what you're going to do. This is what we're going to do. It's funny. They got a couple of games. They play the Thunder, and I know we got a ways to go before we even talk about this, and who knows who the Lakers will get in the first round. I mean, hell, for all we know, I don't think it will be this, but it could be Lakers and the Warriors, and they can be in a dogfight in the first round, just depending on what eventually happens. But the Thunder matchup, as people are kind of just starting to jump into certain series, hey, what would a 7-game set against Denver looks like? Well, I'll tell you what it doesn't look like. It won't look like what it's looked in the past because stylistically the Lakers are a completely different team, and Luka's on here. And I'll use the last couple of performances Lakers had against the Clippers. Lakers always have struggled against the Clippers. Well, Luka doesn't struggle against the Clippers. So whatever the history was between the Lakers and the Clippers, might as well just kind of throw that out the window because it's irrelevant. So that's why I think my curiosity with some of these other teams right now is the data portion says something. It just says that this isn't just another matchup against a team that you continue to go up against. It's a new matchup that has kind of a new roster and a new team to it and a new identity, I would call it as well. I waited this long and I haven't even mentioned LeBron yet. I was talking about this in the post-game show yesterday, and I thought one of the things that has been so impressive to watch that I don't know how much it's getting talked about. Bron has clearly said our best chance of winning is letting Luca drive this thing. You're the quarterback. I'll be the wide receiver. Even though Bron can play wide receiver, a tight end, you need him as a safety, as a linebacker. He'll do it all. What do you make of how easy of a transition this is for Bron to say, cool, I'm used to having the ball in my hands. Let me play off ball when I'm on the floor with Luca, and I'll still go get my 37-7 or 38-8, and it literally does nothing as far as affecting him from his production.
All right. I think it's kind of funny to me, Alan, because it's funny because when the trade first went down, there were a bunch of people saying, oh, but LeBron and Luca can't play together. How's that going to work? LeBron needs the ball in his hands. I'm like, have we just not watched LeBron for the last 2 decades plus what he's been like? LeBron, first of all, LeBron doesn't care if the ball is in his hands or not. In fact, the preference has been to not have to run things on the offensive end. That's why they went and got Russell Westbrook. It's why they got Dennis Schroeder the first time. Why they got him the second time was because LeBron doesn't want all the burden of creating. And then when we look at, LeBron, is it a surprise that his efficiency is continued? No, because not only is he a great on-ball player, he doesn't have to do that. He is great off-ball. He's one of the best off-ball players in the NBA. He can do anything. It's part of what makes LeBron maybe the greatest ever. He can do anything on the court. Whatever you need him to do, he could do that. So it doesn't surprise me at all that it's been so seamless and so easy for LeBron, because I think he's been wanting this. I think he's been wanting this for 5-6 years. He's been wanting somebody that could take the burden of creating offense off of him and allow him to pick his spots a little bit more and allow him to be 40. And it's been working out great, because I'll tell you what we're getting out of LeBron now, not having to create on the offensive end. He is still putting up his numbers. I thought last night was the most effortless 34-point game we've seen. And we're getting a better version of LeBron defensively, and we're getting a better version of LeBron on the boards because he's not spending all of his energy creating offense. So I'm not shocked at all that this has been an easy transition. I was surprised that anybody was thinking LeBron and Luca were going to struggle to play together. No, these guys are going to be awesome together.
All right, if you enjoyed this clip and you want more, just subscribe to the channel. Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. is the Sliwa Show. And then after every Lakers game, post-game show right here.